What's up, everybody? Welcome to Moneyline Media. Hope you guys are all having a great day, having a wonderful Wednesday. We're about to be joined by Paul Grattan of UCLA. In a recent story, we have heard that he is going to be returning to UCLA.
Good news for UCLA. Very
Yes.
good news. He's an offensive lineman. It's a bit going back for his sixth year, continuing to improve. And you know what? The Pac-12 looks like it's in for maybe a revival. So hopefully he could be a part of it. We're admitting him in right now to our wonderful Zoom call. And
6'4", 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Try getting past him.
Hey, Paul, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Good. Thanks for joining us.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Paul, thanks for coming on. So if we could kind of start at the beginning with you, could you tell us a little bit about your recruiting process and how you originally ended up at Villanova?
Yeah, for sure. Going into my senior year of high school, I had one offer from St. Francis in the springtime of my junior year up in PA. And then I didn't really have much interest for college or besides that. It wasn't until I started hitting the summer camp circuit that I really garnered a lot of interest. I went to a couple different camps. I went to Toledo camp. I went to the Duquesne camp. I went to the Pitt camp, and I did really well at all those camps. And especially at the Pitt camp, pretty much all the CAA schools and a lot of the FCS schools took notice from me. And then after the Toledo camp, I got a scholarship from there, and that's whenever I got pretty much all my MAC offers from was after that Toledo camp. And then it really pretty much came down between Toledo and Villanova. My mom, she loved Villanova, and I meshed well with the coaches, and pretty much said to myself, well, if I wasn't for football, I would have been able to go to Toledo on my own right. So let's go to some place where football has allowed me to go and given me that opportunity for academics and football. So it was a nice mix of both of them.
So, Paul, you decided to transfer then to UCLA. What went into that decision?
Yeah, so in the summer, pretty much obviously the season for Villanova was one of the first, our conference was one of the first conferences in the FCS, behind the Ivy Leagues to cancel. So, I think it was the right decision, especially for that, for our level. That just wouldn't have had enough testing, wouldn't have been able to keep players safe. It just would have been really bad. Just no games would have been played just because so many kids just got COVID. So I think it was the right decision. But our coach, or my head coach, Coach Ferrante, he was like, everybody's going to cancel. Like, football's not going to happen this fall. Like, there's no way football's going to happen. Like, right. He was like, I don't see it. I don't know. The word on the street is nobody's really going to play. And I was like, all right, I'm cool with that. I'm like, if everybody plays, then I'm not losing. Like, I'm not getting behind or anything like that. So I was like, that's fine. If nobody plays, that's fine. Just how it is, just how the world works. But then we started getting into end of July, and a lot of the FBS schools were still playing. Big Ten hadn't canceled yet. Pac-12 hadn't canceled yet. And I was like, uh-oh. I was like, I think everybody's playing football. So, my head coach, Coach Ferrante, he was a man and came to pretty much our three top guys on our team that were eligible to transfer. Dan Smith, he was our quarterback. He wasn't eligible to transfer because he just transferred in. So he went to the guys that were in the grad program, and he was like, you guys all have shots to play at the next level. He was like, we're going to back whatever decision you make. He was like, it might be in the best interest of yourselves to take a step and go see what your options are in the transfer portal. He was like, he was like, I thought everybody was going to cancel, but I think these guys are actually going to play some football. So I was like, all right, if my head coach is telling me that's what he thinks best is for me as a player and as a human being, he's like, all right, I'm going to go try it. So I put my name in the transfer portal, and then, my phone didn't stop ringing for about 3 days.
Now, be honest, Paul, did the California sunshine draw you in and get you out of Pittsburgh?
Yeah, it definitely did. That's it's one thing that helped a lot. I was like, well, I could spend quarantine in New Jersey at Rutgers, or I could go spend quarantine at in LA. And I was like, yeah, LA would be pretty nice. Go hit the beach every once in a while. So, and then my mom, she grew up like she would spend her summers out here with her older sisters. So
Cool.
they lived in Santa Monica. She would always go visit them in Santa Monica, and she had all these great stories. So she pushed me out here a little bit too.
Absolutely. So, what has this season been like for you, both mentally and physically, with COVID-19 and the pandemic going on?
Yeah, I mean, crazy. The one word.
Yeah,
It's just crazy. It was nuts. I mean, just the things that we went through to make sure that we played every single game. I mean, we were one of the 2 Pac-12 teams that played all 7 games. So I mean, we really bought in. So like, just guys just did. We just stayed in our dorm rooms and hung out together. I was like, we called it protecting our ecosystem. Chase Griffin, our backup quarterback who played a couple games this year, he really he coined that term. He was like, protect your ecosystem, y'all. So that's what we did. We just hung around people that got tested every single day and just made sure that we did the right things. And if there was a couple times in camp, I had a cough and I was like, I'm not going to practice. I was like, and like, I'm not like one of those guys like I'm trying to get. I was like, no, I'm like, I do not want to get any person on my team, because if you show one symptom, then you have to sit out. So like I had a cough, and so because if you have a cough and then you give somebody else a cough, then they have to see if that person has COVID. So just like a big cycle. So it's just like, if you were sick at all, like if you have a runny nose that day, do not come. Like our coaches are like, do not come to practice if you have a runny nose. It's just like all these crazy things. And then whenever Utah canceled, their equipment bus showed up to the Rose Bowl on Friday to like get set up, and they canceled that Friday.
Wow.
And then it was Friday. We had our Fast Friday practice, and then we're like, all right, we're gonna go play. Like, get ready, get rested up. We're gonna go play Utah tomorrow. And then we get a Teamworks text like, hey, everybody come back to the facility. We're playing Cal, so we got a game plan on for Sunday. So I mean, just like mentally, you just stop setting expectations and you just get rid of all expectations. It's just like there's no, whatever happens, and you just, once you get rid of the expectations and the hopes of things that are going to happen and going to work out, you get rid of them all and you just focus on what's in front of you that day or the next day. Then that's it.
How tough was that for you guys, like as players? Like, hey, I could be playing them today, but I could also be playing USC, or I could be playing this team or Washington, or you could have put like a BYU and been playing somewhere else, like in Louisiana or something. What was that like as a player for your mental mindset?
I mean, it was tough at the beginning. It was really tough. I mean, the Cal switch around was the biggest, but after the Cal switch around, it was like, all right, like it's like nothing can phase us. If you tell us we're going to play Bama next week, it's like, all right, we're like, that's fine. We'll play as long as we get to play that Saturday or that Sunday. It doesn't matter, because we were just wanted to play football. I mean, like, that's what we were all there for. We all wanted to. That's what we all signed up to play football during COVID. Like, we all just wanted to play every single week, so that's what it was.
Paul, because of the COVID season, everyone's kind of getting an extra year of eligibility. You decided to take advantage of that. You are going back to UCLA. You are going to be a Bruins for another year. What went into that decision?
Yeah, I mean, I just had a talk with my offensive line coach. Coach Fry is a great guy. Talked with him, talked to my family. And, yeah, I mean, just started out slow first couple 3 games, and I just wanted to make sure that I had the film that reflected how I play as a player and make sure that I can show out for all 12 games. So I had, instead of only 7 games of film in the Pac-12, I'm going to have 19 games of film in the Pac-12, or however many games we play next year. So yeah, I'm excited to come back. I mean, we have everybody except for Dimitri Canosa coming back. So I mean, I'm really excited. It's going to be awesome.
Awesome.
So, sorry. Do you think that the Pac-12 can get back to like the 01, 02, 03, like the dynasty days, coming from a little less for the past few years? Do you think we can get back to that high standard that the Pac-12 used to have?
I mean, without a doubt. I mean, any year, the whole conference can switch around. I mean, if you look at Coastal this year, and they just turned around and they're like, "Hey, we're going to be a dominant team, and we're going to put our conference on the map." And it's just like every year, you just once you get a group of guys together that really buy in and really compete at the highest level. I mean, any team can beat anybody any given Saturday. So it's awesome, and I'm excited for this year. I mean, like I said, we have all of our guys pretty much coming back. So the two that went to the draft, and I think the Pac-12 is going to have great competition this year, and I think it's wide open for pretty much anybody. I mean, Colorado season had a great season. USC had a great season last year. Oregon was off to a fiery start, but then I feel like we exposed them a little bit, and then they ended up winning. They ended up winning due to the COVID ridiculousness of the Pac-12. So it was all craziness, and it's all good for the conference. So I'm really excited. It's gonna be fun.
Pac-12 has kind of been, in the recent years, a lot of their defensive players are kind of getting that NFL start. I mean, obviously always, but especially in the past couple of years, a lot of good blitzers. Who's been the toughest guy that you've had to go up against in the Pac-12?
I mean, Osa. I mean, I went up against him every single day, and he kicked my butt every single day. I can tell you that much. I mean, he's a great player, and I think that was the biggest humble moment. All right, I'm not in the FCS anymore. Like I'm here. I showed up a week before camp, and then so that first camp day we were doing one-on-ones, and Osa lined up right across from me. He was like, "Let's go," and I was like, "Let's go," and we did it every single day since. So it was awesome. It got me better, got him better. Can't beat him. He's a great guy and a great player.
What was it like, the transition from FCS to FBS? I know that you just brought it up with, oh wow, he's might have more athletic tools than some of the other FCS players that you face. What was that like?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, I think every guy's just bigger, stronger, faster. And I think I said this in one of our team interviews before. The biggest thing from FCS to FBS is that guys are ready to play from the moment they step on campus. So like you go against a freshman defensive lineman in the FCS, and it's as a senior, it's over for them. There's not much competition. But if I'm a senior in the FBS playing against Oregon and it's a freshman defensive lineman, they got the stuff to them. They got the moves. They got the everything. And I think that's the biggest thing. Every single person on that field is a playmaker. In the FCS, there's only one or two guys that you really have to worry about. And on the FBS, every single guy's a playmaker. So I think that's the biggest jump.
Okay.
So to Bruins fans that didn't get a chance to see you this year, what should they expect from you as a player and as a person next season?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just a hardworking guy that I'm just going to give my all every single play. I mean, we as an offensive lineman unit are coming really together. I think we have a great offensive line, returning all the guys that are they were all real young past couple years, and they're older. I mean, that's the thing. Whenever you have a young team, give it a couple years and they're going to be really special. So I think me as a player, I'm just going to try to lead them and try to set the tone for all these guys and make sure that we're all doing the right stuff. And everybody, I mean, me and my roommate Sam Marazzo, he's the center, and I think we're just going to try to take the lead and show them the way, and we're going to show them how it's done, and we're going to be a really great offensive line unit. I'm excited for it.
We're excited to watch that coming up especially because we're in the East Coast, so we get to watch those 10 o'clock games. It's a nice way to It's a nice way to end a Saturday night of lots and lots of football. What are you working on currently to improve for the next year? Is there something that you're really focusing on more than others, or is it just everything altogether?
Yeah, I mean, you want to get better at everything. I mean, right. There's a couple things that I need to work on. I mean, second level, getting up to second level better, working on linebackers better, sticking on them a little bit more, being able to finish linebackers more. I think that's one thing that I really want to, especially in the run game. I just want to be able to do that for my game, for myself. But I mean, I'm not perfect. I need to work on every single aspect of my game, from my feet to my hands to my pad level. I mean, to my finish. I mean, there's a million things that every offensive line works on, and that's what keeps me going, man. It's just like, all right, I got to work on this. I got to work on this every single day. Just picking something and putting that on the field to work on that day. And that's what Coach Fry pretty much speaks to us. He was like, you can't work on everything every single day. He's like, pick something for that day that you're going to work on, that you're going to get really good at for that day. He's like, I don't care, especially in like one-on-ones. He's like, I don't care if you lose the rep, but if you make sure, but if I see you consciously working on that one thing that you want to work on that day, he's like, then you won the rep from my standpoint. I love that mindset and I love that mentality, and that's what I'm going to take to it.
Awesome. All right, Paul. So we play this game with all of our guests. It's called Steady Fire. Bunch of random questions that we ask you. Some may be football related, some are not. They're just fun questions. I'll start. I'm going to start with the big one. Say you lose every game in your college career, which you haven't and you won't. But if you lose every game in your college career, but you play one team every year and you beat them and you slaughter them, what team do you want that to be?
Oh man. All right. So I mean, I think I have two.
You can give two. Yeah.
I have two different answers. I mean, if Villanova, me saying University of Delaware every single time.
Okay.
I mean, those were our rivals. I mean, we won 8 in a row. I mean, I could talk smack on University of Delaware every single day, but
please do.
But I don't think that's the time here. But and then I mean USC. I mean, especially after the taste that first taste I got this year, I'm excited to play them again, and it's going to be a good game next year, and I'm excited to bring it back to them in their home stadium and see what we can do over there.
Nice.
What's your favorite home cooked meal?
Ooh, my favorite home cooked meal. My mom's got a couple that I love. Oh man. I think from my mom, like my favorite home cooked meal. I mean, she makes this like fried chicken. I mean, it's like almost like a baked fried chicken, and I mean it's awesome. I love eating that all the time. I mean, she's a great cook and she's been a great mom, and I love that. It's just a fat boy loving fried chicken isn't.
I hear that.
Yeah, that's good.
Are you a dessert guy with it?
What'd you say?
Are you a dessert guy with it?
Oh yeah, I mean that's the most pivotal part of the meals, the dessert.
What are you having?
For dessert, I mean ice cream. I mean I'm a big cake guy. I mean there's a bakery in Pittsburgh. It's called Prannell's Bakery, and they have a burnt almond torte cake, and it's my favorite cake of all time. So if you're ever in Pittsburgh, stop by Prannell's or Oakmont Bakery, get a burnt almond torte cake. That's the best stuff right there.
Gotcha. Like that. What has been your favorite jersey that you've gotten to wear in your career so far?
My favorite jersey. I think this goes back to my high school days. We were one of the few schools in high school. We got like an alternate gray uniform in high school. And so we broke those out for one game, and they're like this sleek charcoal gray with our gold lining, and it was a big rivalry game, and we took it to Ben Hills that game. So that was by far my favorite jersey. It's just I love the That's alternate awesome. Jerseys, a little switch up. So I had a lot of fun in that.
If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
If I could have one it's easy. Teleport. Like I don't like walking anywhere, and I hate traffic. So if like you ever see the movie Jumper, yes. As long as you see a postcard, you can teleport to that place. I mean, everybody says like super strength or fly or all this stuff, and I was like, I just want to be a practical guy that can just go wherever I want, whenever I want. So I could definitely teleport.
Well, you've sat through LA traffic now, so
yeah, that's true.
The 405 is the worst.
Yeah, that's very true. But it's nice having a police escort to the Rose Bowl to get by all that. I can say that much.
What is your dream vacation?
My dream vacation, I really want to go to Greece. I really want to go like island hopping in Greece and go just like spend a day out in the water and like all the cool things you can do over there. I'm also huge into like Greek mythology and all that stuff. So I
Okay.
love all that stuff, and I love the stories, and I love all that. So I think I want to go Greece because there's a lot of history there. I mean, I'm not Greek, but a lot of history there that I'd be really interested to see. So I like that a lot.
Awesome.
All right, you brought up the islands of Greece, so we're gonna bring you to a desert island. You got to bring one book, one movie, one music album. Desert island, you by yourself the rest of your life.
Oh, jeez. Oh man. One book. Not a big reader, but one book. All right, we're gonna move past book right now. One movie. I mean, my favorite movie is Die Hard,
Okay.
like the original Die Hard. So
Yep.
I think I would go with Die Hard. I could watch that every single day. And then so one book, one music album. You said.
Yep.
One music album. It'd probably be Mac Miller Kids.
Great album. Yep.
Little tidbit about Mac. He was my third grade football coach
Really?
at Taylor Alderdice High School. Yep. He was I was part of the East End Crusaders, and he was my one of my like pee-wee football coaches.
Wow.
So I met him whenever. So he was a really great dude. And then so book, movie, music album. Was that it?
Yep.
I gotta give you book. I don't really have too many books, but like one of the books that I did read whenever I was young that I loved like the Pendragon series. Like I don't know if you guys ever read those, but whenever I was young, I would always read the Pendragon series. So we'll pick the first book of the Pendragon series.
It's funny because we've asked that question to a lot of people, and I'm still waiting for somebody to say a survival guide. I haven't.
Yeah, I guess that would be a good book.
Yeah.
I got that all up here. Don't worry.
Who is your dream like defensive lineman or linebacker to just absolutely pancake?
Aaron Donald. If you want to be the best, you got to pancake the best. So if I could, it'd be Aaron Donald. Also from he went to Penn Hills and Western PA, so little PA rivalry there.
I was gonna say similar. Pittsburgh guy. Now he's in LA. You're a Pittsburgh guy. Now you're in LA. I mean, it could happen.
Yeah, I might have to shoot him a DM. Maybe we'll reach back.
Yeah.
All right, so you pancake block Aaron Donald. Is there a running back that you would want to block for?
Running back that I would want to block for.
Please be Saquon Barkley, please.
I don't think it is Saquon Barkley.
I need help over here.
I think I don't know. I think I mean, if we're going old time, I'd love to block for Barry Sanders, make my job a little easy.
Yes.
So I think if we can reach back into history, I'll say Barry Sanders. Or the bus. Oh, actually, I'm going to change my answer. The bus. If we want to reach back into like Jerome Bettis. That's there you go.
Gotcha. Favorite non-football professional athlete?
Favorite non-football professional athlete. My favorite non-football professional athlete would have to be. I mean, I love Jeter. I was a big Jeter guy growing up, so I love.
Good answer.
Jeter. Yeah,
I'm hurting over here now.
Yeah.
Oh, Capitan. I mean, yeah.
I agree.
Did you have a favorite football team growing up?
Yeah, Steelers. It's an easy one. Pittsburgh
Absolutely.
Steelers, my team, always will be.
Did you have a favorite player from that team?
I mean, I love Ben. I'm a huge Ben guy. Offensive lineman picked David DeCastro, but I mean, Big Ben's been my guy since I was. He was the first quarterback that I really ever, watched pretty much. And whenever he took over was whenever he first started like taking over and started being Big Ben. That was really what got me into football. I was like, got the excitement around it, and so I got to contribute that to him.
Okay, well, last question for you. If I were to give you $1 million, don't have it. No rules broken here. If I were to give you $1 million and you had a half hour to spend it, how would you spend it?
Well, I'd immediately buy a house for my mom and a house for myself. invest in real estate, and then I'd buy a Ford Raptor, and I think that'd be the million real quick.
Yep, for sure. Especially if you're buying a house in LA, like that's.
Definitely not a house in LA. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, those are 2 houses in Pittsburgh.
Okay, perfect. Paul, thanks so much for coming on. We can't wait to have you on after next season, pre-draft, hopefully. And we cannot wait. Thanks so much for coming on, man.
Thank you guys for having me. That was awesome. Appreciate it.
Stay safe, stay well, buddy.
All right. See you guys.
All right. That was Paul Grattan of UCLA. He will be returning next season to be a force to be reckoned with. A 6'4", 300-pound offensive lineman. As I said before, good luck getting through him.
Good luck getting through him. James really wants him on the Giants already.
I do. I'm already eyeing.
I know you are.
I'm doing recruiting here, right? The Giants need to hire me. I've been recruiting.
You have been recruiting. Unfortunately, it's not up to the players.
I know.
It's up to the Giants, which they'll mess it up.
Which is why they need to hire me, Deirdre.
Well, that was big time Bruin. We're very excited. East Coast kid on the West Coast, and we will be back with more.
Yes, we shall, as always. And as always, stay safe, stay well, stay hydrated.